Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to Blueprints. Last time we didn't accomplish much, but we did manage to discover a location to dig, so the next time I get my shovel, I'll try to head back there. Um, Although, do I need the tomb to get back there again? No, because I could just go in through the basement that's just the outdoor setting down there. Okay. I had to just think through that myself. The parlor things can be fun. So we'll show this off to start. There are two true statements. Let's imagine that's true, then there's only one other one. Gems are in a box with a false statement. There's only one true statement. Okay, this one and this one cannot be true. So if we're assuming this is true, this is definitely false, which means this is true, which means the gems are in a box with a false statement. There's only one false statement. It's the blue box. All of that is self-consistent. And so I'm just going to open the blue box. Also, there's a magnifying glass here. Hello, thank you very much. Very nice thing. Let's get our gems for our puzzle-solving skills. Thank you. And quickly glance around the room for keys that might be on the screen and I'm failing to see, who knows. And then let's draft the dining room in the same place again. That's where we had it last time. I know because it was just like an hour or two ago when I recorded that. And I forgot to come back and eat dinner because I am a silly goose. Den seems good over here. We'll be able to draft a corner and see if we can get the conservatory perhaps. Or anywhere, let's see, a shovel. There's a few places we might find shovel. So, I don't care for any of these, so let's redraw. The power hammer's in there, I don't really need that. We still have more redraws, so let's just redraw again. Get something really good. I could do better. Vault would give me a lot of money, which is not bad. Library doesn't really help me a whole lot. The wine cellar. Wine cellar is a dead end, and I'm running low on redraws, and it's 3 gems. And that lets me draw like a bunch of fancy rooms. So I think I'm just going to grab the wine cellar, and we'll go to the other corner. There's another place to dig here, by the way. But let's go head over to the other corner ASAP, if we can. So I'll just draft out of here. Spare bedroom would go straight on through to the other side. That's fine. And I should turn around and actually look at what's there. Right now, money doesn't seem that important. I will be probably walking back, but there's an alternative path to walk back, so I'm going to go ahead and take the chapel now. Sometimes there's something on the ground over there in the corner of the spare bedroom, but I don't see anything right now. There goes a little bit of money. It's fine. Okay, so then I'm going to draft over here. East wing hallway is great. This will give us a chance to draft a corner. In the corner. Attic is super great. A very decent chance to find a shovel. I'm taking the attic. I'm very fond of the attic. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a shovel. 7, and 8. Okay, we're immediately going to go digging for the new floor plans. So, good job, attic. You did your job. On the way out, I guess we'll draft the room south of the chapel so we don't have to walk back through here anymore, and we'll get to the entrance probably. They're both kind of a waste. Boudoir, at least will give me some steps, and so, and a ruby, right? Yeah. So this is a good room to just go ahead and grab early, I think. So give me my ruby, please. Just like so. Well, thank you, thank you. And then we will head out and go dig up some type of floor plans, apparently. It looked like it would have been somewhere right around here. I looked back at the map. There we go. Okay, you need to know exactly where to look. Lost and found. 2 rare items. Whenever you enter this room, you will lose 1 random inventory item. Would you like to permanently add it? What if you don't have any inventory items? So you want to draft this early. It's an interesting red room. I mean, I definitely am. Like, I had to work to get it. Okay. Lost and found. That sounds fun. I would like to hold on to my magnifying glass, ideally, but 2 rare items. Who could pass it up? Sounds great. Also, very roguelike of you to have. You lose something random in game, probably something good. Okay, where do I need to draft next? Either out of the East Wing or the Den. I guess I'll do the East Wing next. I've only got 3 keys. I should probably go back to the Den next. But the dining room's over there, and I'm going to want to backtrack over there. There's no good answers. This one's closer, because all of my rooms go through here, so I'll go this way. Okay, what do we got? Conference room. I want this one early, and it's good. I could get a bunch of money in the vault, but there'll probably be other opportunities. I've already seen it twice. Anything on the table over here? Not that I see. Let's go ahead and draft this one. See if it's something that goes through, although I could also take something that closes off. I never managed to get the bedroom closet next to a bedroom. It says if it's joined to a bedroom. Does that mean adjoined via a doorway? I presume it probably does, but I guess I don't actually know for sure. I'm just going to take the items now. Dice. Dice is nice. Metal detector, also nice. Kind of an odd thing to find in your bedroom closet, but I don't know. You could be a treasure hunting aficionado or something. We'll imagine that. Parlor sounds good to get us back toward the center of the place. This box is empty. There are 2 empty boxes, so that is definitely true. There are 2 true boxes. If this were true, and that one was true, then this one would have to be false, which is this box is empty, which would put the gems in here. So that is definitely what it is. So they're inside the black box. This thing is metals, that's why that beeped, I think. Nope, there's something else metal in the room. We'll go check it out in a moment. Zing, zing. I see it, it's coin. Yeah, without the metal detector, there's a lot of stuff that I end up leaving behind because it's very hard to see, in my opinion. This is really bad. I think I need to spend a reroll here. Do I really want to? No, but I think I should. The ballroom, walking through it would set it to 2. But it would give us a way to go, and we can come back to it later after we spend a bunch of gems. So we'll have this as our emergency out. We're not going to set foot in there yet, because it would set our gems down to 2, and currently we have 9. And now we're going to take the long walk back over to the east side, which ends up going through the chapel again, so I'm losing money. Oops. And we'll try to do some drafting over here. And if we run out of gems, we can always take the long walk back. Veranda. Greater chance of finding green rooms. I really do want to find more green rooms, and I have lots of gems today, so this seems like a good time to take it. I want to find the greenhouse so I can bust open its wall, ideally. Also, shovel. Nothing of interest. How dare you. There's a gem over here, by the way. And something beeped. Not sure what the beeping is. Does the metal detector beep for old coins? No, there's another coin sitting on the ground, I see. The old coins that are buried. So the metal detector, ironically, seems like it can't detect buried coins, I would imagine. From here, and look, there's more keys. Keys are good. We're going to get an elbow either way. I don't have that much money to buy things. And I prefer to hold on to my gems in case we get amazing rooms. Although eventually I'll be able to get 2 gems back. Going through the ballroom. Alright, and duck with the rook. Don't see anything else over here. Coat check, I can get my power hammer, but I first need to find somewhere to use it. I think it's worth spending on the aquarium so that we'll be able to draft a dead-end room over here, probably. Got another beepity-beep. And I see the key. And the gem. Nice. Another beep. There's a coin over here. Alright, good job, metal detector. You're paying for yourself. I paid 0 for you, so that's pretty easy to do. Okay, guest bedroom is a dead end. Let's go ahead and take it now since we're in a dead end spot. Get some more steps. Take a quick peek around to grab a gem off the table. Seems good. There's a white pawn in the guest bedroom. I'm not sure that I've noticed that before. Notes. Alright, continuing on. North out of the aquarium is where we're headed. I have to get close enough to the door. Don't have any lockpicks, so we'll use a key. Drawing room would give us a random chance to redraw the room on the side, which could be a good green room that we want, which could be the greenhouse. So I think that's worth spending the gem now for. I think possibly this is the chair that is pictured in one of the Alzara things that everybody sits in or whatever. And yeah, because like Herbert was probably, oh, maybe do they get their portrait drawn and that like foretells them going to die or something. Also, I guess that's just the shadow of him in the chair. I guess so. I was thinking it looked like roots coming up or something. There's nothing like to look at on the back of the chair or anything, is there? Like, I think there might be something special about that chair. But for now, let's try drawing a good green room over here. I'm facing the right way? Yes. I have to use a key. That's fine. Okay. The pantry's not awful, but I have a chance to redraw and try to get a green room that I like. I do like the courtyard. It costs a gem, but I've got 4 dig spots and possibly an item. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. There's a treasure chest, which is pretty great. I guess we'll dig things up first, because I guess there's a chance we could dig up a sledgehammer. So far, not quite that much luck. And I think thought we were in decent soil over here, but I might be misremembering. There's a key. Can always use that. We'll dig this one up too. A coin. Okay, I will spend the key. This is usually net positive. Hey, 2 dice. They're super valuable. Okay, and then from here, I think I would like to draft northwards and try to get more green rooms. Office, I could spread money into the conference room. Workshop, remind me of my inventory. I don't know that I have particularly exciting inventory to whatever there. Could spend gems to redraw floor plans up to 8 times. So I could spend my gems on redraws, which is pretty valuable, but it also cuts things off over here. I think for now I'll take the workshop and get another chance to draft along the east edge to try to get my desired whatnot. And I'm not sure if I've had this combination of items before. I went to the wrong side of the workshop table. I just want to see if there's anything else that I haven't done before. Magnifying glass and metal detector? I don't remember having done that. Makes burning glass. Assemble that, please. It does mean I'm losing my magnifying glass, but it means I'm gaining information. A rather crude burning glass can light candles and ignite fuses. Light candles? I know where there's some torches downstairs. that possibly would lead to the south exit, which would have an 8th note or something. How many steps do I have? I have 41. We're almost to rank 8, and I do have a dining room. So let's try to get to rank 8 and then see if we can go light some candles. We could also potentially, there were candles in the tomb, but definitely there's a torch room down at the precipice. And so I'm interested in doing that. It's also interesting that the workshop has the letters, and so if you could never figure out some of the painting puzzles for one reason or another, you could always just try to draft the workshop in that particular room. It's kind of an interesting failsafe. And remind me, the true box does not always contain the prize. Yes, I know. Pool, I don't need pumping right now. Corridor would ensure that we get dinner. And that sounds pretty good to me. So I'm going to take the corridor. And then up here, spare bedroom. The dinner bell will ring, and we'll get a chance to draft in the other corner, which I like. So I'm going to do that. Ring-ling-ling. We will grab some car keys that I'm unlikely to use. And up here, walk-in closet's not bad. Lab is not bad too. Lab. I'm going to be headed back outside. We might get a digging feature lab kind of thing. There's a number of things that might happen that might end up being good, so I'm actually going to take the lab, even though I didn't intend to originally. So in the lab, quickly look around for items. And don't think I see any. I'm still not sure all the spots you need to look in the lab. Alright, well, let's run an experiment. Experiments are fun. Alright, continue the experiment. Whenever you spend 2 or more gems drafting a room, I can get lots of gems. I could draft 4 more rooms like that. Bypass security door or immediately. Spread dirt on the driveway. That's interesting. Set your steps to 40. Gain something randomly. Spread dirt on the driveway. I think I'm going to do that because I'm kind of curious about that. So we'll start this experiment, and then I'll try to draft some rooms on the way out. Some expensive ones, ideally. I will use a key. Alright, none of these cost 2 or more. Hallway just goes into the antechamber. Security. Security has some utility. Observatory is just kind of like constant progress for future runs. So I think I'll take the observatory. Also, it has a nice elbow going the next direction I need to draft. We won't forget about dinner and going outside. So I get a gem here, I get a key here, and I get an apple here. Or apples are extra delicious is what I get, actually. Alright, and we get some music. After looking at the stars. Library is facing the wrong direction. Commissary, I do have a bunch of money, so that could be good, but foyer, I would be spending 2 gems and spreading dirt on the driveway, so we're going to take that. It'll also unlock my hallway doors, so we've got some dirt on the driveway, great. And then from here, vestibule will cost a bunch of money. Sounds just like what I'm looking for. Yeah, let's take the vestibule and spread some more dirt on the driveway since I'm headed out that way. Why was I headed out that way? I was headed out that way for a reason. I wanted to go outside because I have a thing to light torches. Right, okay. It's hard to keep everything in your head at once. And do commentary and all that jazz. Okay. From the vestibule, let's try going... Guess these will all be unlocked, so sure, we'll do this one. A storeroom dead end would not be bad here. So yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and take it. We'll grab this, and these, and that. And then we'll go this way, which was the wrong way. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Which way am I trying to go? This way. Gallery? That's a new one to me, right? And apparently it's a puzzle room. Perfect. Tell me about the gallery. Alright, before I do anything else. Gallery. Small chamber dedicated to the exhibition of art. Herbert personally chose what to display. Remove the titles. Puzzle blueprint rare drafted one time is this. It's one of the original rooms. So this was always in the mansion and I've just never found it before. Christopher Manson, acrylic on canvas, and it's a 6-letter word. Okay, future Brian's probably going to be taking some screenshots of this video and thinking about things. Do I have any idea? This is a stop sign, but it's been reflected, the letters, vertically. Or horizontally? Sorry. Yes, there's like a mirror here. So this looks like a P, but actually it's a backwards P. Also, it is kind of mirror image kind of stuff. This is one of those things that, like, the moment I look at it in video editing, I'll probably have some insight that I did not previously have. Oh! I can interact with these things. Oh, I'm supposed to spell out what I think it is? I'm supposed to, like, give it a title? That's the puzzle. Is there any kind of explanation of this room somewhere before I look more at the art? The answer, if you solve the puzzles, you're going to get these prizes, is the way that I'm reading this now. Okay, so we scrutinized that one a bit. Actual objective. We have eyeballs. We have genuine. How many letters is it? It could be genuine. Why would it be genuine? I'm not sure. Let's just try. Oh. If I click it again. Okay, it's a weird font. Oh, and there's only so many choices. So it seems like there's 8 possible letters that it might start with. So we have like a Y. Oh, I didn't notice the V-E-R-I. So V-E-R-I. We have eyeballs, the actual objective. So we have like a goal out there. I'm not immediately coming up with what we're doing here just yet, and so let's continue looking at another one. Like, this could be like a rebus kind of puzzle. So we have 8 with nails, or that's a pin cushion. We have 7 deadly sins. We have a rug that's some kind of animal skin. We have a shark fin. We have infinity. We have sins. There's a lot of things that rhyme with in. Skin, sin, infinity, or pin, cushion, fin. So this is all about in. And how many letters is it? And do these match up? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Infinity? Infinity? Like, maybe, like, let's just see if there's an I here. Are they in alphabetical order? They are. And once again, there are only 8 letters. So it starts with D, G, H, L, M, N, R, or T. And I guess I can take a look at the second letter. Could be an A, E, I, O, U, H, R, Y, K. Is there anything else in the room? Still not sure what to do with that just yet. How about this one? Thick, but the K is thin. Thin K, think. You're holding handcuffs, but you're a shooting star. Cuff star. Under think there's like a spotlight shining on us all. Well, it's only 5 letters. Could it just be think? These are not in alphabetical order. Or maybe they are? I'm not sure. Here's my H. Here's my I. Here's my N. K. Think. And then things went chugga 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 chugga. What's gonna happen? Is the glass just gonna slide down? Maybe I have to solve 2 of them, so maybe this is just like the first stage, and it's like, you've made some progress, congratulations. So, think. I understand it's a thin K. What did this have to do with anything? Or is it just like you're trying to find a particular word in the picture? So, 7 deadly sins, infinity I tried, shark fin. Shark fin is an 8-letter word, but I don't think there is an S in this pool. Yeah, there's not an S. There's 2 pillars holding up the infinity. And these could also be interpreted as nails rather than pins. They look a little bit more like nails. This is also just how 8 is numbered in this world, rather than being infinity. So this could be 8, nail, 8, 8 nail. 7 deadly sins. Some kind of skin. It's like a lizard skin or something. Shark fin. 8-pin bowling. Pin. Was there a P in here? I think that's an R. Okay, let's, now that I have an understanding, or a slightly better understanding, what are we doing over here? So we have a mirror image reflection, which appears to be a perfect mirror image of the flying wagon containing an apple, a fire hydrant, a stop sign, and a rose, except this one also has a letter P. So it's like a reflected cart of apple, rose, stop. Apples can be red, roses can be red, stop signs can be red, and fire hydrants can be red. So we have red. When we reflect it, we get red. Is there like, can it start with a P? P, R. There's R, E. No. Okay, red, P, red. The wagon is also red. We've seen a number of red wagons in this world. The picture is black and white, but all the pictures are black and white, so that's not necessarily meaningful. It's in the sky. It's floating. P red. Preds. Reflection. I haven't used the fact that there's a reflection, and it's only like a half P. Red reflection could be DER in a way. Does that help me at all? P-der. What if it's red P-der? Red. P-O-N. P-on, D-E-R. Ponder. It's a P that's on a reflected red, D-E-R. I got it. That's an N, I guess? That's not an N. That's an N. D-E-R. Okay. Chugga, chugga, chugga. Okay, so our 2 chuggas mean that we get to get a treasure. Is this going to be a permanent upgrade? Because it feels like it takes too much effort to make too many of these puzzles. This was a rare room, but I can't imagine... Oh, it's just 2 gems. I'm wrong. There must be a lot of puzzles like these in the pool, I guess. Okay, let's see if we can solve the rest. And by we, I mean me. I mean, you can have fun trying to solve as well. Perhaps you already have. So... there's a goal on the horizon. There's a bunch of eyes. Genu is what we are drinking on the veritable. Oh, and it actually puts the word that you spelled there. Okay, that's kind of cool. So, this is veritable. It's a very table. But veritable is not the word, because that's too long. So, it's genuine, veritable. These are kind of similar synonymish words. Actual objective. So we have the sun, eyes, eyeballs. And there's a sign pointing at the goal. Genuine, veritable, some kind of sunny truth or something. Yeah, I just don't know. And then this one again. Sin, skin, pin, fin, infinity. It's a bunch of things that contain in. In words. It's only 7 letters, like the word inwards. They're words that contain in. In. Yeah, and it's kind of set up to be like pin cushiony, even if they don't look all that pin-like. Alright, well, I'd have to solve both of these to get another reward, and the reward is not as amazing as I thought it was going to be the first time I came in here, because I guess this is just a rare room that I could have found a long time ago. So, I had fun looking at these, but maybe it's time to move on, and maybe it'll take the ones I've solved out of the pool, but leave these in the pool for next time? I don't know. We'll see how it works. Metal detector didn't detect anything. I don't think there's anything else particularly noteworthy to look at in this room. What am I doing? I have a torch that I need to go back for at some point. How am I doing on steps? I still have 30-something steps, so that's fine. We can keep on drafting for a bit. I still have a fair number of resources as well. I could spend this to get more dirt on the ground, but even more interestingly... Oh crap, the lost and found. I might lose the shovel, and I've been spreading dirt. I want to find the lost and found, but I don't want to risk losing my shovel. Or my torch. Yeah, actually, let's draft the cloister now to get more dirt on the ground and give me a bunch of things to come back to. And then it's time to bounce. Let's go light the torches before we risk losing, and dig up our spots before we risk losing things. So I will stop by the dining room and meet you out front. Okay, dining room, what do we got today? I forget which one this is. A steak. I don't have a showroom. Have dinner. So we're back up to 36 steps. That should be plenty for what we got going on. And next thing I want to do is head through the parlor back to the entrance. That's the wrong way. Alright, I've gotten turned around. I'm in the den, not the parlor. That's the reason. Oh boy. Okay. So next we're going to dig up the driveway, and then we're going to go down the precipice and something something. So driveway, I presume this is the driveway? I don't actually know that this is the driveway. The driveway is probably where the garage is, huh? I don't have access to the garage because the little thing that goes across the water only gets connected when you actually draft the garage. Rats. Okay, in that case, we're just gonna go light the torches. I don't have a chessboard. I am curious to go by the chess room again, however, since we haven't been down here in a while. Just to see if I can change my power at will. I imagine I have to draft another chessboard to change the power. And is the torch room down here? Or is the torch room... Torch room might be in the other spot, actually. Do I need the tomb? I don't remember anything. Okay, that was just a note. There's nothing of interest there. This is the chessboard. I wanted to interact with it anyway. So yeah, I would have to redraw another chessboard in order to change my chess abilities, it seems like. Makes sense. And then over here, there is a non-interactable door of some description. And over here was this old Realms and Rune book that eventually I'm going to get from the library. And then it just kind of dead-ended. But we can see that there's more. And maybe the cog wheel kind of thing brings me there. Okay, so the place with the torches that I have to light is clearly in the basement, not the precipice. But we did get a piece of information by going down there. So next we'll go into the basement. Can I get around to the side that has the 5 torches? I think I need the tomb to do that. And I need to draft the outdoor room anyway, so I guess we'll go head for the tomb next. Because I don't think there's value in going to the basement, because I'm going to be on the north side of the reservoir. And the boat starts on the south side, and the only way to get to the south side, given the minecart blocking the path, is through the tomb. Pretty sure that's correct. These aren't lamps that I can light with this thing by any chance, are they? No. Okay. I have 2 dice, so I think I will spend some dice trying to re-roll the tomb. And it does beg the question of if I want to pump the fountain back out the other way. Like, is there a reason not to pump water out of the fountain now? The reason I did it was to have the reservoir and the tomb so I could be on both sides at once, which I needed to solve the one puzzle to get into room 46. But now that that's done, having the fountain available and not having to use the tomb and use both sides might be better. But there's a river over there that I can't get to the driveway unless I've unlocked the garage in the house. None of these are the tomb, so I will re-roll. There's my tomb. Okay. So we're going into the tomb. Now there's a fair chance that I have to light a specific subset of the candles. Can I light these candles? I can. Interesting. And doing so has an effect. Okay, this was totally worth it already. Dice! And an upgrade disc! And more dice! Oh, wow! Bonanza. How many steps do I have? And how close is the nearest computer? There is a computer in the lab. It's a lot of steps to get there. Let's hope we don't run out. But if lighting these torches gave me that, who knows what lighting some other things might do. Can I light you? No. I don't think I lose steps just walking around the interior of this place. Any other things that look lightable? I mean, you guys might be, but no. I guess they might look like they have like ruby candle holders, because that seems to be the actual like mechanism of action or something. I don't remember what was down here, so let's take a look. Aha! I found you. Zinc. Zapazoodle. It's like a whole new area. That you have to walk down these stairs. Why does this part exist? Why am I allowed to stand here if I have to go the other way? I don't know, but it looks like there's a photograph. Perhaps of some other person who has died here. There's a puzzle box and a note. Let's look at the photograph first. Oh, it's Lady Clara, I believe. And a rose? A single rose that's still alive. There's Dig Spot. An old tin can, oh boy. Totally worth it. Can I light any of these candles? Doesn't seem like it. Future video editing, Brian. Probably take a screenshot of the position of these 16 candles, because that seems like puzzle data, if I've ever seen any. Alright, and some old boxes. Okay, let's read about this puzzle box, perhaps. Oh! We're gonna have to learn the entire language. Maybe. I possibly see the word forget right over here. But mostly it looks like there's a whole language or something going on here. Okay. Well, got some future screenshot stuff going on there. Okay, purple is the color of this, so I'm trying to get the 4 purples on the outside. If I press the right one, it rotates them all around. If I press these, nothing happens, and if I press this, also nothing happens. This one did move. Do they move clockwise-y? Seems like it. What if I do... Oh, and I can swap where the white one is. Okay. I'm not quite sure why that one moved down to here. So I don't quite know what I'm doing yet, but it's fine. If I press this one... Okay, now they're all 4 in the corners. Isn't that the correct answer? Do I have to get the white one in the center? Guess I have to get the right one in the center. But that's impossible, right? I mean, clearly it's not. What if I do this? That was the wrong thing. Why did that happen? I don't understand the behavior when I click the black tiles in certain circumstances. Okay, I'm going to interpret it as the purple tiles try to get away from the white tile when you click on the purple tiles. And so... How do I move the white tile again? How can I ever move the white tile again? Because I don't want it here. Yeah, that's a purple tile trying to get away from the white tile. That's a purple tile trying to get away from the white tile. If I put the box away, does it... It's still in the configuration that I left it in, I think. Houston, we have a problem. How can I reset the puzzle? By pressing one of these things, it resets it. Okay, great. Figured it out. So. How did I move the white one? None of the purples can try to get away right now. If I do this, it just rotates things around the outside. This purple didn't really try to get away from white, per se. It just tried to, like, move clockwise around the circle or something. And this one, the white swapped places when there were, like, 4, like, tightly packed over here. So is there a way to get the white to swap places again? So this is exactly what I did last time. Alright, reset the puzzle. Oh, do I have to press all 4 when the 4 purples are there? Is that all I have to do? That's all I have to do, and that's my allowance token. Okay, so it didn't matter where white was. Pressing the corners will reset the puzzle if it's wrong, and let you lock in the puzzle solution if it's right. Okay, I haven't played with enough of those boxes to have remembered that, perhaps. I can't inspect or interact here. There is something behind. What did I get? Her diary key! And I still have the opportunity to draft the diary, but I'm running low on food. Also, I was coming down here for a different reason to light different torches. But there still are positions where I could draft her diary. Now I know how to get here, and this will probably be permanently open, and so on future days I can probably come into the tomb and get the diary key, is my guess. I wouldn't have to draft the tomb if I had the... Oh, and that's why we got the dice. We got the dice so that we'll be able to draft her thing and actually open up her diary. Okay, and this is another secret key. But yeah, I might want to pump the water back at this point. Okay, we're still looking to see if there's any other candles in the tomb before we exit the tomb to go to the place with the torches and the sigil. Over here, I don't see any of those candles, and over here, I don't see any of those candles. Okay, so let's... were there any in here? I don't believe so. Okay. Let's go down here. Let's talk to Death. Hey, Death. Oh, boy. 5 seconds of cutscene. The way that the arrow is here, I feel like they didn't originally have the cutscene and they added it in to make sure that people knew, like, what had slid open or something. But, yeah. I think the usability could be better there, in case you couldn't tell what my opinion is. Okay, so the torch sigil thingy is over here. So I think this might open a Crescent C door. That will be where we find the 8th red envelope, but that's just based on my very imperfect speculations about the story thus far. It's also possible I'm going to summon something on the sigil. There are 8 of these. Alright. Cutscene. It's a staircase that goes further down the precipice. Maybe. 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 Okay. Can I fall? I cannot. Does this actually go anywhere? It does. I could go left or right. I always like to follow the left wall. It is an immediate blockade. Yeah, just some ugly stones and things. Alright, what do we have here? Another foreman log. I'll eventually have to put these in order in case it matters. Alright, takes a long time to hoist equipment down. They're excavating the first of many tunnels. Thomas Sinclair is installing a freight lift. It's a little bit too delicate and ornate. Alrighty, so maybe that's the lift that we take down to get down to the precipice. And there's a doorway, and I hear a waterfall. And so presumably... is this the door I'd witnessed before? And we're in the same spot? Let's go find out. Yes, this is the chessboard. Okay, so I connected the tomb to the precipice, which means now I can always get into the tomb, assuming that this stairway doesn't need to be relit every day, which may or may not be true. Okay. So, things are happening. This is, right, that was just another foreman's note that we read a few episodes ago. So, here is our, oh, the elevator's not here. The elevator's up there. Is there a call button? I don't think there's a call button. Okay. So it's a one-way trip, potentially, or you have to, okay, it's, the elevator is one way. Okay. Okay. It feels like we are making permanent roguelite. How do I get out of here? Wait a minute. I'd have to go back the way I came. Permanent roguelite progress in that regard. So, assuming that this stays done, it means we have another means of traversal every day forward from here. Also, what's the fastest way back into the manor at this point? Not through the tomb, probably. It probably is through here. I can't go up the fountain, though. I don't have a key card, and I haven't disabled the whatever, which means I can't call the elevator under the foundation. So I do have to go back through the tomb. Oh, it's going to take so many steps. Maybe I can draft a commissary and buy some food or something. Because I would really like to use this key. Would I be willing to coat check this key? No, because I imagine I could probably get it any day. Crap, I've gone the wrong way again. I could walk out through here if I ride the boat. Wait. The boat's on the other side. Oh, I left the boat over there. The boat stays between day to day. Okay, I just learned something else useful. So it feels like... It's still not entirely consistent in terms of which bits of the world to reset each day. Most of the outside the house and underground stuff does not. But for example, you still have to pull this guy's thingy down every day. And so I'm going to have to pay more careful attention to that and still probably run a few more experiments to understand all of those details. Are there any places to dig up in here that I didn't notice? I could use a turnip. I don't know that there are, though. And if I do graft the garage, it would be a dead end. I was going to say I could get out to the driveway where apparently there's some dirt spots. Okay, but we've got 5. We might be able to graft the garage after finding Lady What's-Her-Name's room to try to unlock the diary. Maybe in her diary she'll explain the crazy language she's using. Okay, I'm going to stare very closely. I do have the ballroom still that I could draft on that end, but the cloister is much better. Like, that's a great room to get to if I can. I'm not even in the entrance hall yet, so let's step in. Okay, I'm definitely in the entrance hall now. Okay, I have 11 steps left. I can walk all the way up to the drawing room and start drafting there. So that's a possibility. And I think it's my best bet. I'll have lots of rerolls, and I can try to draw a shop, or I could buy some food, or a room that comes with some food. Dinner's already been eaten, sadly. Can I eat the fish out of the aquarium, please? I'd never looked carefully at the aquarium since we're here. That's one of the bedrooms. That's like the outdoor veranda or one of those rooms. Don't immediately recognize that. That's the laundry room again. We've seen the laundry room in that position before. Here's the archives. Okay, am I going the correct way? Yes, this is the drawing room. I can draft a room next door and hope to get a shop. And I have lots of rerolls. Or something that gives me food. Bedroom would give me 2 steps. Commissary, items for sale. That's what I want. And I don't care that it's going to dead end in this direction because I have other places I can go in the cloister. Okay, please have food for sale, commissary. I see bananas. I see bananas. Banana, 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 banana. Okay. I have 13 steps again. I currently just have 5 gems. I could buy some more. It does cost, I think, 2 to pay for her ladies, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I'm still going to run out of steps. I think while I'm here, I have to draft something right here and hope to get something that might give me some more food. Because we do have something we can draft right here. And in case it's another shop food, I should hold on to my money, and then when I walk back through here... Ugh. None of these choices are great to deal with the number of steps I have left. Servant's quarter would give me a bunch of keys, which might be useful. It is a bedroom. Does it give me 2 steps? No, that's just like that one bedroom that gives me the 2 steps, I think. I think the correct thing to do is to not spend any gems, take the kennel, not walk into it. Do buy the rest of the gems here. And then use my 13 steps to try to get back around. There's never any free items in shops, right? Could there be anything in the foundation? Ooh. I might be able to dig up a turnip in the foundation. That's a huge gambit. I have 13 steps. Can you see me pointing? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I might just draw her ladies whatever right here. It's a south-facing room, and it's in the western half. I think that's probably still my best bet. And maybe I could also draw a room that would help me. So let's just go directly there. So I go straight and then up all the way to the top. Okay. Steps declining. Health reduced. Glancing around for fruit that I might have missed. Don't imagine that there'd be fruit upstairs. I haven't been upstairs in the observatory in a long, long time, and it doesn't cost any steps when you're inside a room. Oh, right, this is just like the little turny thingy to like get it so you could look through it the first time. I just remembered that. And that's not fruit over there. Okay, am I still headed the right direction? Yes. Now I want to go south 2 and then into the vestibule. All the doors will shut. I want to go this way, right? Yes. 4 steps left. I have not had any new major insights about these puzzles. It was P-Under. This was veritable, genuine leather, I want to say all of a sudden. Does that make any sense? No, and I don't even think there was an L there. Alright, let's not get too distracted. I am headed into the cloister, and then we're going to draft south, and we're going to hope to get her lady's bedroom, whatever. I sadly still can't reach this. I had some vague guess about how I might be able to get in here in the future at some point, and I don't remember what it is right now. Okay. Please show me her lady's bedchamber. It's not one of these, so we're going to redraw. Bedroom would give us 2 more steps, but this loses my chance to have a south-facing doorway, which is what we need in order to get her lady's whatever. None of those are any good. Hallway would give me more drafting power, and I'd still be able to go south, but it would take a step to walk in. Is there any chance I would find fruit in the hallway? I don't think so. So I think I have to reroll again. None of those are any good. Alright, we did not get it. Rumpus Room would give us another south-facing door, and we still have 1 step left. And maybe you could find food in there? Is there ever food in the office? Is there ever food in the library? I'm not sure which one to take. The Rumpus Room will definitely get us something that we want. Well, I don't know how much we want it, per se. But it'll give us more the Great Alzara lore. So I'm just quickly looking around in case there's any fruit I'm not seeing. I foresee you starving to death. Alright, let's see what he's got for us today.
Am awakened for one last time.
For one last time. This appears to be the last premonition.
You find yourself face to face with the great
So,
Alzara.
this time the beginning was slightly different.
You wish me to impart to you one final
Okay,
vision.
reinforced. This is the final vision. Underground train tracks? Or minecart tracks? Some kind of weird bonfire underground, 6 statues or more. Kneeling, maybe. Bridge. Little boathouse over a river.
In the dim, I see cavern walls of stone.
Pretty colors.
Hollow lit by a sea of 1,000 burning stars. I see a treasure buried beneath the cliff rocks.
Uh-huh.
A black mirror hidden
That's in the shape of
memories of the fallen
Arindia's symbol,
and within the black mirror,
which I guess his color is black, possibly.
a figure.
It's a speculation.
A figure standing in sullen snow.
I presume that's me. Am I freezing to death? What size shoes do I wear?
All of what I have told you, my young Baron, I wish you to now know. Until we meet again some distant day, I will have nothing more to say.
So are we going to meet the actual Alzara sometime at the end of the game? And I wonder if the machine will just be broken from here on out, or if you'll be able to replay old fortune-telling sessions. I don't know. South-facing room, but I have one step, so I don't think I would be able to go in there anyway. Just making sure that this is not fruit that's edible. Do I have anything in my inventory I can eat? The diary key? Alright, let's see what I draft. Walk-in closet. Billiards room. Any of these gonna have fruit in them? We'll try the walk-in closet. I think I'm gonna, like, pass out before I can even grab anything. Yeah. Call it a day. Okay. But this was a good progress day. I learned a number of things and hopefully permanently unlocked a couple of things. And so that should be good going forward. Today we had a garden jigsaw house. And new rooms found 1. It was the gallery. We solved 2 of the 4 Rebus-like photos. Okay, neat. With that, I'm going to say I hope as always that you all are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more blueprints. For now, bye-bye.